Hello everybody, and welcome back to my Shit Titty channel, where your favorite harlot, moi, talks about pantyhose and random shit, and we all have a good heckin' time. I am considering rebranding to Sinful Sundays as opposed to Happy Sundays, because I just feel like it's more fitting, and I feel like it's funny and applicable, and like, you know, I enjoy it. So let me know what you guys think if I should rebrand to Sinful Sundays as opposed to Happy Sundays, because I feel like it is just perfect. It's very fitting for my brand. If I seem incredibly shaky in this video, it's because if you guys know the V8 energy drinks, I drank 2 of those back to back because Pepper opened one and then I opened one, and then we got a shipment of a different kind of energy drink and she wanted that instead. So I drank both of ours and now I'm just feeling fucking energized. So I apologize if I'm just like quaky in this video. I promise it's not because I'm on drugs. I guarantee you I am on absolutely nothing right now. It is just caffeine. So I haven't really been updating a lot about my life, and I've had some things happen, and I'm just in a very, very different place now than I was even like 6 months ago. So I'm gonna be doing an update, and I know a lot of you aren't really gonna care, so I'm putting it at the end of the video. So if that's not something you're interested in, just know there's an update at the end of the video, and I'm gonna be doing the review first, but just so you know, there's more stuff at the end, so in case you were like, well, I'm only here for the update, that's at the end of the video. So if you want to watch that, you'll have to skip to the end. But like, please watch my try on, it's gonna be cute too. So yeah, let's get right into this. I have today a couple of pairs of Wolford Neon 40s, which I love, and I needed a couple of new pairs too. I'm not sure what happened to my old pairs, but like, they're just gone. Like, all of my old Wolford Neon 40s are gone. I don't know what happened to them. So I got a couple, and I'm gonna be trying them on for you guys, and I'm very excited to show them off because they're just classic. They're some of my favorite tights. I have Anthracite and Goby, which is essentially like a really dark gray and a nude or like tan-ish color. So, yeah, I'm gonna be trying them on with this bodysuit, and hopefully it's gonna look really good because they're just simple tights and a simple bodysuit, and it's just very excited. So I'm gonna try the Goby pair on first because I think the Anthracite ones are gonna go really well with this bodysuit, and I wanna do that last if that's gonna be how that is. Oh my god. Well, fine, I'll just rip the whole container. It's not like I'm gonna be returning it. Ooh, oh, I love Wolford Neon 40s. They are just the softest pantyhose. Oh, I guess they're technically tights, but these, I owned the first pair of Wolford Neon 40s that I owned them for like a year and a half, and they didn't have a single snag in them. I took such good care of them. They weren't super shiny anymore, but like I loved them. So anyway, I'm going to go try these on, and I'll be back to show you guys. I'm probably not going to be uploading a Horn Pup version of this video because they don't get many views, and I'm just kind of bored with uploading that content. So I apologize if you were looking forward to that, but you're one of like 5 people who was. So I want it to be worth it, but it's just not. So I'm gonna go try these on. I'll be back to show you guys. I'm very excited. And here are these tights. I love Wolford Neon 40s. They're just so shiny and soft and comfortable. I think they've recently changed the design of their Neon 40s because the band looks different than it used to, and it goes up way higher. Like, it's sitting on the bottom of my rib cage right now. It goes up so high, and I don't mind it. I kind of like it, honestly, but like I worry that like if I bend over, it's gonna roll down, which typically happens with really high-waisted pantyhose like this. But I feel like it's nice, it's comfy, they're slimming, they're just, they look good. I like it. So, yeah, they did change the band though. It's kind of hard to show, but look at, They changed the band. It did not used to look like this. So that's cool. Again, just love them. They're so comfy and they are absolutely lovely. I adore them. And they're probably my favorite kind of tights. Not gonna lie to you guys right now. They're like the most expensive tights that I really like, but they are my favorite for sure. So, and next I'm gonna be trying on the Anthracite tights. Yeah. I don't know how I'm supposed to open these with this little quality check. Oh, nice, like that. That's how I'm supposed to open them. I figured it out. And these, again, I'm not sure what color anthracite is supposed to be, but I think it's like a very dark gray. Because these don't quite look black to me. Yeah, they're very close, but not quite. But pretty. Very pretty. So anyway, I am going to go try these on and be back to show you guys. And then I'm going to do my little update and then I'm going to go. So, yeah. Okay, so these tights, I actually love these together with this bodysuit. I think it's just, I think it's so hot. I love this look together. I think, again, I do really like the fact that it comes up like kind of all the way to my rib cage. It's growing on me. It's gonna take a little bit of time, I think, but it is growing on me. And I do, I like that it's way up there. You know, it's all the way up here. That's like, these are my tits and this is the band, so. Anyway, I got these from the Tight Spot, by the way, if anybody's curious. I'm going to maybe include a link in the description. Links are kind of becoming problematic on YouTube though, so I may or may not include a link to the Tight Spot, but just know that's where I got these from. So if you're curious and would like to buy some for yourself, that is where you can get them at. Or if you just search Wolford Neon 40s online, you can pretty much find them anywhere that sells tights. Because they're very popular and people like them for a reason. Hello, here I am for my update. My camera's at 14%, so hopefully I'm gonna be able to get this all out before I run out of battery. But on the off chance that I don't, I hope it happens. I hope it works. Okay, so essentially I have not really updated about my life this year, like in 2023, because I've just had so much going on. It feels like it's just been one tragedy after the next, after the next, after the next. And I've been like, what the fuck? I don't want to just be telling people that I'm having a really bad year every other week, but it really feels like that's what's been happening this year for me. And I know it's not. It's happening to a lot of people this year. 2023 has just been a bad year for a lot of people, so I'm not trying to like take away from that right now, but I have been struggling myself and I just wanted to talk about it because I haven't really done a lot of talking about it online, and I just feel like I would like to share now. I have finally compartmentalized my feelings about all this shit, and I just want to get it all out so you guys know what's going on. And then I can just like drop it from my brain and stop worrying about it, because I feel like I've been really worried about not updating you guys and not letting you know that this is why I have not been posting as frequently as I would like. And I don't know. It's been a mess. This year has been a disaster, guys, and I'm just feeling like garbage. Before I get into all the bad things that have happened to me this year, I would like to point out one good thing that I have had happen to me, and that is that well, I didn't do it. Pepper bought me a new ukulele, and I love it. It's the cutest thing. It has made me like rediscover that I love creating music. I love singing, I love playing, I love jamming out, I love having a good time. And it's been really like, it's been feel good stuff for like my soul, you know. It's been feeling healing, if that makes sense. So music has really been the one thing that has just kept me going through the past few months. And yeah, chances are you guys are going to be seeing some music videos from me in the future. I don't really know what kind of music videos I'm going to be posting, because I can't really post them on YouTube, which is stupid, because you'd think that that's the place where you'd go to post essentially like covers and parodies and stuff like that. That you'd think that that'd be the place to go, but unfortunately YouTube has such a strict copyright system that I don't really know if that's where I want to go to post music. So I will update you guys as I figure out what I want to do and where I want to post. But so far I'm thinking Instagram, TikTok, Hornpub as well. That might be a weird place to post it, but like I could do like singing videos in lingerie. That could be really fucking fun. Just two things I love, lingerie and music. So like, I don't know, I think it could be really fun. So that is like the one happy good thing that's been happening to me. And now the rest of everything else is just garbage. So I am sorry if the rest of this video is a bummer. I don't know what's been my issue this year, but I have just had so many foot injuries. I scraped up the back of my right heel on a garbage can, like really bad. I just scuffed it super hard on my garbage can as I was pulling it out to the street because it was just too heavy and I couldn't quite get a good hold on it, and it just swung back and it hit my heel and it fucked up my heel. I scratched that same heel on something else. I don't know what exactly. The other heel, I cut it open on my screen door. I had to go to the ER and get 6 stitches in it, and I'm just very not happy about that. And I went camping and I stubbed my right big toe so hard that the whole nail has been purple since then. That was like back in July, and that's just it's been a disaster. My feet have been sad and hurt all this year, and I don't understand why I'm suddenly having issues with my feet. Like, I have not had this many foot issues ever, and I don't know what's happening. I'm not sure if I just suddenly became clumsy, or like if I've been unaware of what's going on, or if I was just doing more things. I don't know what the issue is, but essentially I have been hurting my feet a lot, and I'm not loving how my feet look right now, and you know, I think that's been part of the reason why I haven't really wanted to record. Like, that's just one of many reasons I have not really wanted to record and post content. But yeah, I got ugly big toe right now, guys. It's like still purple. This was back in July and it's still purple. It's growing out a little bit, but like it's got this huge bump on the end. It's just ugly and I hate it. So anyway, that camping trip that I went on that I stubbed my toe was fucking god awful. If you were following me back around July and you saw those drama videos that I posted, like the 2 rant videos that I posted and then deleted, you know what happened. But essentially I had some drama unfold with a family member of mine, and then things just went so south so fast, and it ended up being like months of drama. It's still happening. It's still going on. He's still mad, and I physically don't know what to do, so I am not touching that with a 50-foot pole. I am staying so far away from this family member, and I don't know, it's just really sad because I felt like we had such a good relationship before that, and then shit hit the fan, and things just got so bad, and I do not understand what happened. I think it might be drugs, and I don't think it's me doing the drugs. I also have had a few different mental health epiphanies and discoveries about myself. I lived in a different state for a while, and in that state, they have very poor mental health professionals. And I was misdiagnosed with several different mental health diagnoses. And I was severely over-medicated for said diagnoses, and it's been a disaster. I recently discovered that I do not have bipolar, and I do not have schizotypal personality disorder. So if you've watched that video and you've been like, oh my god, I relate to you now, ha, I'm sorry, I don't actually have that disorder. I was just misdiagnosed because my doctors suck. No, I actually just have autism and ADHD. So that's been a really interesting discovery for me. I've fully come off of all of the meds that I was on, and it took me like 6 months, and I got super, super fucking sick and sad, and just, I was miserable from like November of last year till about May of this year. I just, so much morning nausea and like random sickness, and just I was so overwhelmed with emotions all the time because I was coming off of antipsychotics and antidepressants and mood stabilizers, and I just, oh my god, I kind of want to make a whole video about that because it's just been a disaster. And I feel like it needs to be talked about a little bit more, how women are misdiagnosed and over-medicated all the fucking time. This happens a lot. I am not the only one that this happens to, and I am just unfortunately a really sad case of it, and I think I might have permanent like physical issues now because of the medications I was on. And I'm just really unhappy, and it's unfortunate because I don't think I can sue the place that over-medicated me because statute of limitations. I hate it. It's just so frustrating. More recently, my grandpa died. And shortly thereafter, one of my chickens died. And like, this is gonna sound really stupid, but I took my chicken dying way harder than I took my grandpa dying. I'm sorry, Grandpa. I'm sorry. I know you probably heard me say that. But genuinely, I was really, really close to that chicken. I know that sounds stupid, but like, my animals just bring me a lot of joy, and I am pretty much the main caretaker of our animals. And I love my chickens, you know. And I went outside one day and I couldn't find her. Her name's Lady, or was, I guess. I went outside one day and I just didn't see her in the coop, and I didn't really, I wasn't understanding why I wasn't seeing her, because usually she's very vocal and very in your face and like, feed me, and you know, she's fun and annoying, and she pecks on the other chickens, and she's kind of an asshole, but like, you know, she was still my chicken. So I ended up finding her body in the nesting box, and I don't know what happened. We don't know what killed her, and I was pretty bummed about it, not gonna lie. I've been having a lot of issues with my family, particularly the side of the family that my grandpa's on. So like, his death was kind of like, whatever, probably not going to the funeral anyway. So that chicken death hit me really hard, and I feel kind of dumb about it, but you know what, it's fine, because she meant a lot to me, and I was like her caretaker. So it's like one of my babies died, and I raised her from like this big, and it's just, it's sad when animals die. And I haven't had many animals die on me before, and you know, I've been bummed out about it. I did do a whole video about this before, I think, but Pepper, during the summer, had this severe, she had an eye infection in both eyes, ear infection in both ears, a throat infection, and a sinus infection. It got so severe that it like, I'm not sure what happened, but we think it spread to like her abdomen, and she was hospitalized for like 6 days, I think, during the summer, and it was just not fun. They ended up saying that they initially said that it was ovarian cysts, and then I am completely blanking on what it's called, but if I remember what it's called, I will just put it right here on the screen. Essentially it was like inflammation, and it's really hard to pick up on. So it's just, it was a shitty time, dude. It was not fun, and I just, you know, I'd never experienced hospitals like that before. I've never been in the hospital myself, because I've just had a pretty good immune system my whole life, because my mom never took me to the doctor. So like, I had to be strong. And you know, I experienced what hospitals are like for the first time, and I did not love it, but I feel like I have a lot more knowledge now, and I'm more aware, so if that ever happens again, I'm gonna be prepared. So hopefully it doesn't happen anytime soon, but that whole issue happened, and you know, she was sick for a really long time, like over and over again. She caught the illness multiple times, and then the doctors that we went in to see wouldn't give her antibiotics because they're like, it's viral. And then we had to go to the ER for them to tell us that it was bacterial and that she needed antibiotics. So it's just, we have dealt with so many issues with doctors not doing their jobs, and it's been quite frustrating. She also discovered that she very likely has POTS, which if you don't know is, oh my god, I don't know what it's called. I don't know what it stands for. I'll put it right up here on the screen. But essentially it's where like your body doesn't regulate your like blood flow well, and when you go from a sitting or laying down position to standing up, you just get really lightheaded and dizzy, and your body just doesn't handle being on your feet for long periods of time. So we've discovered that she very likely has this illness because it goes hand in hand with EDS, which she also has, and it's been really eye-opening, and it's frustrating because it's like, oh my god, everything makes sense now. And, it's fine. It sucks, but, we're working through it, and now that we know, it's going to be easier to manage it. Also, I myself have developed CHS. I am probably not going to be, well, actually, I think I can put it up on the screen here, but I'm going to have to censor it because YouTube does not like this word. And if you don't know what it is, I would highly recommend Googling it because it has been awful. Essentially, it is when you consume not too much of the good, but if you consume the good and your body cannot handle the good well, you react to it. It's not right away. It's not typically like, hey, you consume it for the first time and then suddenly you're sick. That's not what happens. It takes years to get your body to the point where it's like, I can't handle this anymore. I had been using it for about 4 years before it really started to affect me. And it just is very frustrating and unfortunate because I have been dealing with these symptoms for about the past year now. And I just didn't know because I talked to a nurse before and she told me not to tell anyone, no healthcare professionals, that I consume this product. She told me not to inform anyone about it. So I haven't been telling doctors, and I've been going to doctors and being like, I'm feeling sick. I am ill. There's something wrong and I don't know what's going on, but I haven't been telling them about everything I'm consuming because a nurse told me not to. She told me that if I inform them about that they may not give me medications that I need in the future. And it's just so frustrating to be like, okay, so you told me to lie, and me lying caused me to be sick for over a year. Thank you, nurse. Thank you. You are not the MVP. I am just so frustrated with doctors right now. I have been off of the good for about a week and a half now, and I am feeling a lot better. I'm kind of bummed out about it because that was like the one thing that really got me through. It was basically like my first release, my first real like, okay, I can get out of my head and stop feeling anxious. It was my first like self-medication item, and I just, I'm gonna miss it, and I'm kind of sad that I can no longer consume this product, but it's not worth it if it makes me this sick. I have been violently ill. About like a week ago, I was just vomiting in the morning. I woke up in the morning and I was sick until about 5 in the afternoon. And then I would feel good for a few hours at the end of the day, and then I'd feel like garbage the next morning until the late afternoon. And it was just not fun. I didn't like it, so I have given up the good for the time being. I might test out my tolerance to it later on after it's fully out of my system and see if I can handle it, if that is actually what I'm dealing with. If it is CHS, I don't really know for sure. It sucks because Pepper has developed an intolerance to alcohol and I have developed an intolerance to good. And now it's like, okay, that's sweet. We can't have fun in the same ways that we used to anymore. So it's kind of bumming me out, but like I'll find new ways to have fun. I'm just kind of in a weird place right now because I feel like I'm in a major transitionary period, and I am having to figure out new ways to handle my life, and it's okay. It's not a huge deal, but you just know that is what I'm dealing with right now, and it's a little frustrating again because we've been dealing with bad doctors and bad medical healthcare professionals. I also had some family that came out to visit me around my birthday back in May, and some conversations were had that made me realize that some things that I dealt with in my childhood were just not okay. And they brought up a lot of memories, and I just became incredibly triggered and overwhelmed and just like stressed about it for a while. And I am finally coming out of it. That was in May, and I am finally coming out of it now. And I am coming out of it because A, I have spent so much time processing this trauma that I went through and talking to my therapist, and I have been cutting out family members left and right. And I don't feel bad about it. I do not, because they have been making me feel like garbage pretty much my whole life. I've been realizing that a lot of my family members are just not super supportive of me, and they haven't been for a long time. And if you don't know, I was raised Mormon, and if you don't know, Mormonism is a cult. And I don't care if you disagree with this, it is fact, and I refuse to argue it. Mormonism is a cult, and I was raised in it. And there are a lot of things about me that are very conflicting with Mormonism, and I just, I have been really having to come to terms with the fact that like my childhood was not okay, that I was just neglected and abused, and you know, I have been quite overwhelmed with the thought, and I'm having a hard time with it because it's like, hey, your family is supposed to be the ones who love you. Your family would never hurt you, and they're the ones who hurt me. They're the ones who caused all of my issues. I've had a really hard time wrapping my head around that. A, because I'm autistic, and B, because I was taught in the church that family is everything, that your family is always going to be there for you, that family is forever. And that is not true. That is so not fucking true. So much cognitive dissonance right now, and you know, I'm just having to mourn my familial relationships. And it makes me really sad because I always thought that they'd be by my side, and I'm realizing that they haven't been for a long time. I don't know if they ever were, and I'm really sad about it. You know, I feel like I'm losing my family. I feel like I don't feel supported by them. I don't feel like they really love me in the way that I need to be loved, and it's just really unfortunate, and I'm having to process that, you know, and it's been hard, but I think I'm good, and I'm moving past it. I am currently writing out a long letter to a family member that I'm going to be sending soon, and it's essentially a breakup letter, but like not quite a breakup letter, but like a, hey, I don't want to talk to you anymore, and I know you're not going to be happy about it. So I'm actually thinking I might record a whole video just going through that letter because it's long and it's vulnerable, and it explains a lot of the things that I went through and who I am as a person, and I just feel like it's a really good letter, and I feel like people might be able to relate to it. And like, I don't know if I have any ex-Mormon followers. If I do, hi. But you know, I feel like some of you guys might be able to relate to it, or like ex-religious or ex-cult people. I don't know. I want to share it somewhere. I want to put it somewhere where people can be like responsive to it, because I have read it to Pepper several times. I've read it to my therapist, but like I kind of want to like put it out there, you know. I really want to just like get it out because it's so well worded. It's kind of harsh, it's a little mean in some places, but it is all truth, and it's my truth. So I'm thinking maybe it might go on Pepper and I's other channel, because I don't know if I want that on this channel, but it should be good. It'll be a long, I mean, not a super long video, but it's a long letter. I'm handwriting it right now, and I'm to page like 13, and I'm still not even done yet. So it's gonna be a long one, but it's really good, and I am proud of it, and I kind of want to share, because it's heartbreaking realizing what I've gone through and how not okay it is. And I want to talk about it. I want to fucking talk about it because nobody else in my family is talking about it. Nobody else, I can't relate to anyone in my family and they can't relate to me. And I'm just like, you know what? Fine. If you guys don't relate to my situation, then I'm going to go find other people who do, because I can't have people in my life anymore that don't support me and don't love me the way that I need to be loved. Anyway, I have been reading some books and I wanted to share them with you guys because I think they're very telling about what I'm currently going through, and I just think they're good books, so I wanted to share. I started reading this one first. It's Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents. I relate to this book way too much, and let me find a real good page. So I have been going through and just like marking up everything that I relate to and putting in like notes and shit, and I have been marking up this book as I find that I relate to it and putting in notes where I want to. I even have like a separate little booklet, like a journal, where I am writing down my separate thoughts about it because it's just such a powerful read, and oh my lord, I relate to it way too hard, and I'm just like, wow, okay, everything makes sense. So we have that, and also I have Combating Cult Mind Control, the 30th anniversary edition, which I have really liked because in this particular edition, he adds in stories, and one of them is very relatable to me because it is about an ex-Mormon, and I'm like, oh, interesting. So, it's so funny because, again, I relate to a lot of this stuff. I'm doing the same thing in here where I'm just going through and, like, writing notes and highlighting bits. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. Here's a real good one. So many notes on this page. I'm finding so many similarities between Mormonism and all of the different other cults that he talks about. Obviously, they don't line up with every single thing that these other cults do. Like, they're not the most intense cult that you can find, but they're still pretty bad, dude. They're still really fucking damaging, especially to a gay girl. So, I haven't technically started reading this yet, but Pepper's mother sent it to me, and I just feel like I'm probably gonna relate to it. This is up on my docket next. Adult Daughters of Narcissistic Mothers. So, I'm pretty excited to read that one as well. I think these are all gonna be very healing and just insightful, and I'm really, really looking forward to finishing up specifically that cult book. That's the one I'm reading right now, and then I'm going to send it off to the person I'm sending that letter to, and it's just, it's gonna be one spicy letter. But you know what? It's fine because I need an opportunity to speak my mind. I cannot just shut my mouth anymore. I cannot be complacent and compliant and quiet and meek and subservient. I can't, and I won't, and I'm done with it. Again, I'm probably going to be uploading that letter to the other channel. I'll include the link to that other channel in the description if you would like to go subscribe to it so that you can be notified when we post. I'm ready for change. I'm ready for the next chapter of my life to begin, and I am ready to not feel like a broken, helpless woman anymore, because I have felt that way for a while now, and I just don't want to feel that way anymore. I want to feel like I am in control of my life. I want to feel powerful. I want to feel strong, and I don't want to feel knocked down by the people that are supposed to support me. So that's why I've been cutting out a lot of my family members, is because I don't feel supported by them. I don't feel like they have my best interests at heart, and I don't think that they genuinely want what's best for me. And it's just really sad to come to that conclusion, but unfortunately it's the truth. And I'm, again, bummed out about it, but I don't know what else to do besides cut them out. So If you disagree with the fact that I am cutting out my family members, I would implore you to do some research into cults and how destructive they can be. And honestly, read that book, Combating Cult Mind Control. Just read it and you will understand the mindset that these people fall under oftentimes. They are so far gone, their heads are so far buried in the sand that they just can't see what they're doing. They can't see how they're hurting me, and it's too much. I can't do it anymore, so cut them out. And I don't care if random strangers online disagree with that. I genuinely don't care, because you're not living my life. You don't understand what I've been through. You don't know what I dealt with growing up, and you don't know the pain that I've experienced. You don't know my trauma. So, like, kindly fuck off. One last thing, that this year has been absolute garbage. I have been having so many issues with censorship, and I feel like the social media has just been like cracking down on all of the different types of content that I create, and I am just feeling at a loss for what to put out and what to produce, because what I used to do is not allowed anymore, or like I guess it is still kind of allowed, but it's not really being promoted like it used to be. So I feel like I create these videos and then nobody sees them because they're not fitting within the standards that are promotable. And I'm struggling to find ways to create content that make it so that I can be promotable. So I'm going through some rebranding stuff right now. I'm trying to brainstorm ideas for things that I can do that are actually going to be promotable and like accepted online. I'm kind of, initially I was being really bullheaded about it. I was being kind of stubborn, and I'm like, whatever, I'm just gonna keep posting what I post, and then I feel like I kind of dug myself a hole. I'm not doing it anymore. So I need to come up with new ideas for content. So you might be seeing me try out new different types of content soon. I don't really know what I'm gonna be posting just yet, but I have some ideas, and I wanna try them out. I wanna see what you guys like, because I'm also kind of getting bored of the content I've been producing because it doesn't quite tickle my fancy like it used to. And, you know, I do still love lingerie. I love pantyhose. I love tights. I think they're so fun to review, but I have reviewed most brands. Okay, I'm so sorry. My other camera died. I figured this was going to happen right about the time when I needed it, and this one only has like a minute of recording time left, so it's fine. I was at the end of the video anyway, so I will see you guys next Sinful Sundays. I hope it makes more sense as to why I called it that, because I am sinful, and anyway, yeah, I will see you guys next Sinful Sundays. And, yeah. Peace. Don't know how I'm gonna do a foot wave here. Hold on. Bye.